I'm not going to read the whole document, but yesterday I was talking to Lou Magnuson last night, and I wanted to show him, and I had paper all over, and I couldn't show him this, but I think it's important that you're all well aware of this here, okay? And this has to do with roads issue. In our opinion, this is the law firm, in our opinion, assuming the facts set out above can be proven, facts that we can't access this, public consultation is a total farce, a total joke, because of those things, okay, those two things, we feel, and this lawyer feels, or this team, that in our opinion, assuming the facts set out above can be proven, OntORA has a 50-50 chance of obtaining a determination by the courts that, 1, subsection 28 of the Public Lands Act does not authorize the ministry to prevent travel over roads and public forest roads on public lands. They do not have that power, according to this lawyer. You got to remember now, that's not one here. At 50-50 may not be a one deal. I want you to think that. I want you to walk away thinking, "Wow, OntORA's going to win here." Well, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying our chances are 50-50 if we go to court. Right? It's called a judicial inquiry. Okay. Secondly, the right to restrict travel by the public is confined to public forest roads. Well, we're not on public forest roads. I mean, we're not on private roads. We're on public forest roads. Okay, so we have that access. And a restriction on travel by the public along a public forest road for the purpose of transient uses such as hiking or traveling to a lake would be an illegal exercise of discretion, contrary to the policy and objectives of the Public Lands Act. Now, there's also another section on here where the chances are 55 to 50. Opinion, the public uses issue. In our opinion, assuming the facts set out above again, all the facts can be proved, OntORA has a 55-45 chance of obtaining a determination by the courts that the practice of the Ministry of Natural Resources in prohibiting access to public lands is unlawful as being contrary to Section 3 of the Public Lands Act. Again, I'm not a lawyer, and I just want to point out to you that we now have put our lawyers on hold. We don't have the money. Just like we don't have money to buy a helicopter. I wish I did. I know what I do. I drop all you guys, and I just go fishing wherever I want to go. But anyway, we feel strongly that later on, could be 3 years from now, could be 5 years from now, we're going to court. Okay? And that, to me, is what I see as the light up ahead. It won't happen tomorrow. Now, the issue right here, though, the issue of the Oswald Road, okay, that's only one little road in the province of Ontario. We are a provincial organization, and so we're fighting for people basically from North Bay up to the Manitoba border. But we are fighting for the people who can't access their lands and their waters. Okay? That's what we're going to fight for. I'm ready to entertain a few questions right now. I don't want to open it right away. I want Gilles, by the way, has to leave. He definitely has a few words to say. Mike, are you leaving or are you staying for a little while?
I might have to leave because I have a godchild who's expecting me for her
Okay. I believe that there's a man right there. Would you come up to the mic?
No. I just like to have a question to Ogama Joe for a moment, if he cares. In a telephone conversation I had with you, you said you had some visit last week. Could you elaborate on that for a moment, please, if you care to?
His question is, you had some visitors last week?
Yeah, in Gogama, you told me. Could you just make a comment on that?
Yeah, no problem.
The visits I had last week were from the OPP group that are here right now that you were introduced to. We had a long discussion about keeping the peace, making sure everything went smoothly here. We don't want any trouble at all, and we want to keep it that way. When we get out to the, whoever decides that they want to come with us, out to the Oswald Lake Road and access the lake, a year to charge you, to lay charges. Now, keep in mind that this is what we want. These COs are there, consider them, let's think of them as being on our side, because they're going to lay the charges that we need to take them to court. So, they're our friends, okay? Let's say they're working with us, even though they work for the M&R. But I had also, they visited me as well last week, and they wanted to, they asked me how I felt about one or two of us taking a raft for going into the lake. And I said, yeah, I see where you're coming from. I said, if one or two of us take the raft, a couple of us go to court, a couple of people outside with signs, I said, we don't make much of a noise. Maybe get on the news a little bit, but that's not going to really make people stand up and notice. But if you put 100 people in the courtroom and another 200 people outside the courthouse, then we're looking at getting some action. You flood the courtroom with 100 people that's been charged with the same offense, that's a class action suit. So I said, no. I said, you charge one person, you charge us all. They said, well, we're not going to stand there and write out a ticket for everybody that passes the sign. But I said, well, what's your alternative? He said, well, what we'll do is we'll take down everybody that passes the sign, we'll take down their name and address, and we have a year to lay charges if we so desire. Now, I got to thinking on that as well, and if they charge, say 30 of us went to the lake, and we give them all our name and our address, and next week I get my summons in the mail, along with maybe a couple other guys, and our court date is, say, set for September. And then a month later, a couple other guys get their summons, and their court date is set for, say, December. Somebody else is set March, whatever. They're breaking us up so that we're not making a big scene at the courthouse. They're going to break us up. So what I suggest is anybody that does get a summons in the mail or gets charged for this offense, passing a sign or anything, do not pay that fine. Hold that for 1 year. Have it remanded for a year till that year is up. Once that year is up, we can all be together in the same courthouse and have the same representation, and we may end up with the class action suit that we're looking for. Is that cleared up?
Yeah, thank you.
Joe,
Yeah.
excuse me, is that they're only going to be ticketed and fined? There's no confiscation of equipment or anything, or has that been mentioned?
Well, okay, they told me also that when you pass the sign, okay, you're liable for $10,000 fine by passing that sign. When you access the lake and put a fishing line in the water, you're liable for $25,000 fine, confiscation of your truck, your quad, your house, your grandchildren, okay. I said yes. I told him, I said, yeah, I said, I've heard all your scare tactics. I said, that doesn't matter. I'm going there. I made up my mind. I'm going fishing. Charge me. I don't have $25,000. I don't have $10,000. I don't have $1,000 to waste on that. So I'm going to jail. If they want it, I'm not paying the fine. So they can
I'll be right behind you, Joe. I'll be right behind you.
Joe, what does the sign actually say?
The one at Oswald I haven't read.
I think it says something that you can't access you can go by the sign, but you can't access the lake, so they shouldn't be able to charge you for going by the sign.
Well, that we'd have to read it. We'd have to get the. I don't know if we have a picture of that. I think I have one here. A picture of that lake.
I sent the email, so they have the picture.
But regardless,
If they put it Oh, somebody's got a picture. There you go.
This line, yeah.
Not very right.
But if there's, they say, what they say, no like, no more
Okay, vehicular, motorized motor vehicles
Okay, so if you walk.
use of this road trail to gain access to Oswald Lake is prohibited. This warning, this road trail has been decommissioned.
Exactly.
It doesn't say to pass a sign. If you're on that road, and the road is, once they have that sign up at a point in the road, and they say that the road is decommissioned, well, once you pass that sign, you're now on a decommissioned road, is what they could say.
Before Mike grabs this from me, I'm just making one point. Ontario does not want to break any laws, and if you're doing that, it's not Ontario doing it. Because I really believe that you can do better talking than you can fighting. But I'm the peacekeeper on this board here, so these guys have got a whip from them in the back if they don't behave.
Tough. Okay, there is no doubt that one shouldn't get alarmed here. I've spent time talking to the Tim Cater, the enforcement officer for Chapleau, who, by the way, today will be with at least 4 other officers on the Oswald Road trail. They, by the way, realize that there are no charges for that sign unless you go on the lake. That's what it says. Clear, simple. You can't disobey something that isn't there. You must have it in writing to disobey it, and it is not there. If you throw your line on the lake from the shore, you have not accessed the lake. Therefore, Tim told me the very same as I told him, and you know what? They're not playing the game today of giving out tickets to people. That's not what they're there for. They want to see how many people are going in. We've got 2 purposes to go in. One is we're decommissioning the road. We have wood permits to remove the wood that they cut illegally and without stumpage on a trail that was there that belonged to the trapper for 30 years. They're not out to fight that at all, the MNR. But because the sign says that you may not access the lake, you can't go on the lake. Let us fight this in court, or let us fight it somewhere else. Let's not resolve our problem today to go to court. We don't have the money to deal with Oswald Lake Road. It's got to be for the whole province of Ontario. That's going to be an example of what we're going to use. But anyway, I just don't want you to get all alarmed, excited. It's not a good time. We've got a few things to cover first. Then I want a show of hands who's going out there today and who's helping us. And I'm going, and I'm helping Lou Magnuson, and I'm not worried at all. There will be no charge against me as president. I am not going to be on the lake, and that's all I would be breaking. Nothing else. And don't worry about it, that's what it is. If it comes out that we're breaking because we fish on the shore, OntORA may be getting involved regarding the legal aspect. At this point in time, no way are we getting involved with any legal aspect, okay? So just remember, you go on the lake, you're on your own. That's the way it is for now. We'd love to. I told Lou yesterday, imagine this, if there's 10 guys at 1,000. This $10,000 is just a nice figure, but it's 1,000 to 1,200 for disobeying a sign. What happens is, what are we going to do? $20,000. We don't even have it right now. We're building a legal fund, and we're going to give our money for one road? No, this is a problem across the province. And so we're not going to deal if you insist on breaking the rule that says you may not go on that lake. At this time, if MNR put that sign, it carries weight for MNR. And you don't, did you ever stop and think of what you're really doing? You're putting a line in the water and you're going with a boat on the lake that you own. But the point is, we're not going to get in that argument right now of, I'm going, come hell or high water. Go, come hell or high water. Go on your own, come hell or high water. Okay? Anyway, these guys want to leave very shortly, and Mike Banton wants to say a few words. But I think that before he does, I think that he should hear this.